is Access Tech Live.
Now back to Access Tech Live, and we're going to try and do, and you're just going to love this, an actual demo of the new AI features in the Meta Ray-Ban frames. Now, Mark, I actually found my case with
Did
my
you really? Okay.
charging. Yes, I did, with my charging Meta Ray-Bans in here. You know, I give it the sniff test to know it's mine because you know, it's that beautiful real leather in this lovely brown case that it comes with. And I've got to say, this amazing feature that when you open it up and you pop the cases in, when you close it, the clasp lights up so that you can see it's charging. I just think that is so cool. Classic design, but with all the modern features. Now look, let's talk about some of these new AI features and you know, where to begin with this, because you've got them there. You've now got the beta installed. Yeah. Okay. So you're wearing them.
I mean, the first thing I guess they call Meta AI with Vision, right? This is the beta that was available in the U.S. that's now available in Canada, which allows you to do things like say, "Hey Meta, what am I looking at?" And I hear a little picture get taken, and it starts speaking. Let's see if we can hear it. You're looking at a person's home office setup. I love how it didn't go into detail as to what actually is around me. But this is cool. Think about you going on vacation and looking at landmarks and not really knowing what you're looking at. You can actually identify things. Watch, I'm going to do this with a coffee cup, okay? Hey, Meta, what am I looking at? So it does a click, and it says... You are looking at a person's hand holding a cup of coffee. So you're looking at a person's hand holding a cup of coffee. I mean... the accuracy is pretty cool. I've seen demos where they actually describe the breed of a dog that somebody is looking at. So, you know, you think about this as just a regular kind of AI point of view, which is pretty cool. But think about this from the accessibility point of view. You know, you're out in the street with low vision, you're not really sure what you're looking at, navigation, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, I mean, all these different features, right? I mean, I also think about translation as well, because one of the cool things about the translation features that are built into this is you can look at a sign in one language and it will actually read that back to you in your language. And again, this is amazing for people, huge for accessibility, but of course huge for everybody. I think this is what's exciting the blind community, the disability community more broadly, because the opportunity here is for everyone. And I think that is amazing.
I mean, you know, Stephen, think about, you know, translating languages. It can do that as well. And this is interesting because this device is not like other AI devices that are disconnected from your phone. It's actually connected to your phone, which lets you have that experience. And here's the benefit of an ecosystem sometimes, right? Because Meta, owning Facebook and owning, you know, WhatsApp and Messenger and stuff like that, they've actually integrated this a little bit into the actual glasses itself. So they've got a new feature called Share Your View. Now, we'll break this down, and I'm going to try and demo this thing here. And I'm going to basically open WhatsApp on my phone, and I'm going to make a video call to my computer. And we've got my computer over here that's going to answer the call, and we're going to make a video call to it. So what you'll first see is basically myself on the screen, so it gets a call. And I'm going to mute it so we don't have any feedback loops here. But on the screen, you'll be able to see... hopefully my face. I don't know if it's actually coming through or not. It doesn't look like it's coming through. But then I can actually double click on the glasses, and it's supposed to share what I'm seeing out of the camera on WhatsApp. Now, when I look over at my laptop, it's showing it to me, but it's unfortunately not coming through on the screen. But it is allowing you to see what I see. So it's that first person point of view. I'll stop sharing here. It's that first person point of view of what I'm seeing. Now, you know, think accessibility right out of the bat. Think of apps like Ira, things like Be My Eyes. To be able to integrate that and actually show people that first-person point of view of what you're seeing, you don't have to worry about holding your phone up. You don't have to worry about taking your phone out of your pocket, to be perfectly honest, let alone how many times do people call you for tech support? And you have no idea what you're trying to walk them through, but you can have them say, you know what, share what your glasses see. And it can actually do that, and you can actually walk people through things. So what's interesting about this, I find, is that it's a really simple, small feature that I think gives people access to AI in a way that's just kind of passive. It's just there. It's kind of helpful. And it takes the whole concept of the glasses that originally just, you know, spoke and were Bluetooth headphones to a whole new level.
Yeah, I mean, this is the interesting thing about what they've done here, because they've taken things that people might actually want to do, like take pictures, like share those pictures to Instagram, even make videos and send those to Instagram or
even
Facebook.
Live stream.
Which, of course, Yeah, exactly. You can live stream as well. This is cool stuff that people will actually do. And I think this is why the Meta Ray-Bans have become so popular. These are incredibly popular. Luxottica that make these glasses say they cannot make them fast enough. They are just going off the shelves as soon as they are made. So, you know, it does show you that there's a demand for this. Also, the style, the design, it is really cool. So I can understand why people want to go down this road. And of course, you know, we all talk about wanting to have the latest tech, but it has to look good as well. We've seen so many examples over the years of this kind of tech coming along. It's just not that sexy. And this is. So I think this is so cool. Now, you mentioned WhatsApp. You mentioned, of course, Messenger has that functionality to do share your view as well. This all coming off the back of that live streaming capability. And it seems to be the first product that has managed to get it right, or at least so far, get close to getting it right, to be able to actually live stream from the glasses to your device and actually have a call. Obviously, we're in beta at the moment, so it's a little bit.
Yeah, I was going to say we're in beta at the moment. I must say that all the attempts of doing this leading up to today's demo have not been terribly successful. It does connect, it does work, but after a couple seconds, it says there's a poor connection. Now you have to remember that glasses connect to your phone connects to the internet. There's a lot of factors involved here, and this is why they put that beta moniker on these things, which is kind of interesting. And it's also important, I think, to address the security and the privacy element here. You know, and I think they have done a good job. If you think back to Google when they came out with the Google Glass, number one is the design of Google Glass was very strange. It was like a frameless pair of glasses with this giant piece of glass on the corner, and you were able to videotape and photograph people, and it looked strange, and society I don't think was really ready for it. Now the way they've integrated these cameras into the glasses, where they're in each of the tips of the arms, and on my pair, which is the black matte version, you barely see them, but at least when you're taking a video or you take a photo, it actually flashes white. So you are telling people that something is going on. That being said, I still don't think my wife is happy when I wear these things. She calls me a creeper when I wear them and won't let my son get them either. That being said, we'll brush that aside. But I mean, they are taking those things into consideration when they're designing these things. And I think this is definitely, listen, at $349, this is a good entry-level price point. It's a gifting price point. It's something that is definitely cool and something that is giving people access to AI in a familiar way that's just right there without having to take if we don't have to take another device out of our pocket and stare at it. I think that's a win for society, I hope.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you, and I often think about, and obviously I'm jumping straight ahead to, like you were saying earlier, with Be My Eyes, Ira, the potential here to be able to connect with a volunteer or connect with an agent to get visual assistance. This would be amazing. But, you know, for this to succeed, it has to work in the mainstream. And there's always been that concern around having cameras in the glasses. And it's interesting your wife's perspective on this, because there are a lot of people who will be nervous of people walking around having cameras in their glasses. What's your sense of this as a parent, especially with young kids? Is this something you're worried about, you know, when you're out and about?
Now I have to take them off, Stephen, because now you're making me freak out. Yeah, I mean, listen. We're surrounded by cameras. We're surrounded by smartphones. We're surrounded by cameras anyway. So people are taking pictures whether I want them to or not. There is a creepy element of it, I think. Definitely that you can't avoid, and there's no avoiding it. But I look at the positive and the upsides of it, which is the practical use of it and just the handiness of it. To single out a pair of glasses because there's a camera on it would be a little bit ignorant on my part, because there's so many other cameras around us. So I think, like everything, we got to take it with a grain of salt and take it for what it is.
I am very excited about this, and you know, I've got to say, it feels to me as if they've got something really smart here that is actually usable as well. I mean, yeah, okay, maybe not the video calling feature. I will say as well, just so people are aware, I think the video call is only able to last for a minute, so that's going to be interesting as well. They have to think about, I guess, the battery capability of these glasses, it being entirely wireless. You don't want to be constantly having to take them off and charge them. So in order to do that, they're limiting the amount of video call time. It's the same with actually capturing video recordings. You can only capture 60 seconds, but the idea there is, of course, if you're sharing that to something like TikTok or Instagram, that is about the length of time you would put up a video on those platforms. So it kind of works out, but it also does help the battery.
Yeah, no, definitely. You know what? You can get them now. Try them out. Again, I'd be happy if the video lasted longer than a second when I was actually streaming to it.
Yes.
But we'll get through that beta. Maybe they should have called this an alpha. Stephen, we're going to take a quick break. We got to get to your answers to the question of the week, which is if you could replace one everyday object with a futuristic high-tech version, what would it be and what features would it have? Well, we'll get to your answers after a quick break here on Access Tech Live.
There's more Access Tech Live to come. Get involved and have your say at Access Tech Live on social media. We'll be right back.